Was essentially betrayed by a partner of mine. Supposed to get, over 50 grand. I got zero. I really felt like I was happy, but I just didn't know better. Right. That was when I could understand what I wanted. Quite literally within one day, I feel good. It's that simple. It's going to lead to success, fulfillment, joy. But I went from corporate coasting to energized entrepreneur.
Every once in a while, I like interviewing graduates from my Xponential Life coaching program. Today, you're going to hear from Tyler Gauntt. He's a very good friend, and you will love the insights he has because they relate to struggles that everybody has, and you will see the before and the after of his journey in just a few weeks, and imagine the future that awaits him. If you enjoy this conversation, please forward it to someone who needs to hear it. Here we go. Do you want to become more self-aware and clear about your goals? Try our free Xponential score. In just 5 minutes, get a high-level picture of where you stand in key life dimensions. Get your personal life score at xponential.life/score. My friend Tyler Gauntt is in the house. Dude, I'm so happy to have you on Headspace. I had a front row seat to your progress, your change, your growth in the last several weeks as you've been part of Xponential. So first, just give the audience a feel of what you do for a living, how old you are, etc.
I actually just turned 30 a couple months ago in July. Born and raised in Houston, went to Georgia for school, moved out to Austin with my now wife, and we've been here for a little over 7 years. Yeah, I mean, before Xponential, I was working in commercial real estate at a somewhat large firm called Transwestern. I was there the whole, 7 years since I moved to Austin. It's kind of coasting, to be honest. I loved my life. It's not like I was miserable, or what soon realized is that, one, that's not sustainable. I was essentially betrayed by a partner of mine, both emotionally, just attacking me in front of people, but also financially. I mean, there was a situation where we were closing a deal, and these deals can take months. I was supposed to get, over 50 grand on a deal. I got zero.
Through quite a bit of introspection, discussion, even sort of emotional struggles,
Yeah.
that essentially evolved into you starting your own firm. Tell me how that happened.
I really wanted to lean into my strengths, which are connection, relationship, community, meaning too. And I didn't feel much meaning and purpose in what I was doing. And so my new company, Gauntt Capital, I'm essentially doing what I was doing before. Really, what I've changed though from Transwestern to Gauntt Capital is I want to focus on less people, right? So the point where if I run into a client on the street, I know who they are, I know what they look like. Before, I probably couldn't recognize majority of who I was talking to. Kind of faced inwards and working together versus I'm just on the phone. I don't know what you look like. I don't know who you are. I'm just kind of a cog in a machine, and that's not what I want.
And you're transactional, right? So you're not really relational as much as you are transactional. And
Correct.
I would say the transaction is better, deeper, probably more even effective and transformative if it's relational.
Yep.
Because you have much more nuance going into the deal, into any conversation, into just assessing the needs of the clients and the needs of the people that are selling. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I also grew up in a household with a father who's been in the, private wealth business for decades. And I've watched him build his own company twice and watched the success he's had. And that's definitely made an impact on me. Some of the work that I had to do, lots of things, but one of the basics that I feel like I got down and turned from a habit to a ritual was just that first hour of the day. It was until I really mastered that aspect of my day, that was when I could understand what I wanted.
I think coasting leads to numbness eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that, I think the danger of it, because it's on the surface, it sounds so nice. I'm coasting. I'm so comfortable. I think there are people that we go, yeah, I wish I was coasting. I'm not, I'm like desperate right now.
Yeah.
But the downside of that is that this coasting usually brings these numbness very, very slowly. So the baseline goes down and down and down of joy, fulfillment, excitement, energy, that kind of thing, right? And eventually you find yourself in a place you don't even notice how you get there.
Yeah.
until you're sort of awakened by something that stimulates self-awareness and things like that. And I think for you, what I'm really proud of is that you're at a young age. Actually, people are shaken to being awake to their realities really in their 40s.
Yep.
That's when we become more susceptible, because we're in so much more pain. So those of you guys, we have a few 30-year-olds that are proactively trying to go, you know what, I'm not cool with this.
Yeah.
I think you have an incredible journey ahead of you and trajectory, and the skills that you develop and continue mastering are going to build an incredible life.
I really felt like I was happy, but I just didn't know better. I learned that the first couple weeks of Exponential, when I was raising my baseline and feeling these things I was just talking about, I felt like, okay, like this is my new life. This is how I can live. And then obviously you can't stay up there. So it drops down. And then you go through that first moment where it goes back down. You're like, shoot, was that just a temporary thing that I'll never get back again? It took the community, really you, pushing me to keep doing what was working before, right? Keep pushing through the muck, keep doing that first hour. You'll raise it back up. And then when I experienced the valley back up to the peak, I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. Like this,
I know how to get there, right?
I know how to get
That's the
there. It
beautiful
it
thing.
worked." Yeah, yeah. I would feel peaks all the time, but then I'd feel a valley and it would just wipe me out. I'd just be like, "Oh, life is meaningless."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would experience usually probably a solid couple weeks to maybe a couple months of just kind of low grade depression of just like, man, it was good when I was there. Good, it
But
was
it
good.
feels random,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yes,
it feels
nailed it.
arbitrary almost,
Yes,
right?
like I'm
And
out of control.
exactly. And now with what you were learning, you're beginning to get glimpses. Oh, I actually have the skill to get myself there.
Yep.
And I think that's the game changer in my opinion.
What was really exciting is like I don't have to live this way, and so
Yeah,
that literally
exactly.
like within 24 hours, I'm like, okay, I need to go to bed early. I'm not drinking today. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna set an alarm. I'm actually gonna get up. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna learn, and I'm going to contemplate. And quite literally, within one day, I feel good. It's that simple. In order to get to that point, I needed people like you. You need community to push you to do these things. You need accountability, or else the first hardship that comes, you're probably just gonna
Yeah.
fall
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not trust it. So,
Tell me about the time. I still remember you telling me, "Hey, I just hit the weight that was in when
oh
at
yeah,
my
yeah.
wedding."
I probably walk at least twice a week. I lift weights 3 times a week. That's really important. But those first 2 months, I dropped all the way back down. I lost 15 pounds. When you're exercising every day, you're more motivated to eat healthier because you feel good and you know that healthy foods also
Yeah.
make you it keeps
Yeah.
you in that feel good
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, yeah. It also overflows into friendship. So I think
Correct.
one of the things that I like about your journey is that you actually got two of your buddies into Exponential, and
Yep.
so you got them into Exponential because you were
I
friends.
tricked him.
You tricked them, yeah. But also because of Exponential, you are more aligned as friends, and you have a
hmm
framework to talk about and support each other in that is just on a different level of, I would say, even closeness.
I let certain relationships, I don't say die, but just wasn't as giving to them. Exponential, it gave me more energy. It gave me more clarity, more just capacity, I would say, to give. And also it allowed me to identify certain people in my life that one I missed and I wanted to be connected with, but two, they could use this, right? I think those were people that really needed this as well. It's one of my favorite things about Exponential that I learned. It's meaning, connection, and delight. Having the macronutrients healthily working and in those aspects of your life, it's going to lead to success, fulfillment, joy.
And we don't know how it's gonna play out, but I think
Yeah.
you do have energy, excitement, almost like a creative
Oh
vibe
yeah.
about you going forward. So describe that sort of that
Yeah.
projection for the future.
I've got way more energy. I went from corporate coasting to energized entrepreneur.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
true. But even the phone calls I've had with clients or prospects, I had one yesterday, and people are noticing it. And it really gives me a platform to talk about Xponential. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. Talk about creativity. I'm naturally a creative person. I actually started songwriting for the first time during this season of Xponential. I want to shake things up. I want to do something different. I'm going to be reaching people in a different way than anyone else in my industry.
I'm so proud of you for taking it seriously and doing the work. It's hard. I mean, most people, they want the outcome, but they dread the cost, the process to get
Yeah.
there. When you say, I'm going to go on this journey, that is your act of courage. An even harder act of courage is when you experience your first success and your first downturn. And that's when the rubber meets the road. Are you going to give up? Or are you going to trust the process and actually elevate your baseline and really transform your life into an exponential life?
I wouldn't have done this without you, right? Like we had we had multiple conversations and I just didn't want to do it. I think I just didn't want to put in the effort. And I'm incredibly, 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 incredibly grateful for you for pushing me to do this. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that for a podcast. I'm not just saying that to get more people to do it. I genuinely mean it. I'm scared to think of what my last 5 months would have been without this program. Again, I'm not just saying that. It's true.
Are you enjoying this podcast and ready to level up? Discover high-performance coaching at Xponential. Visit xponential.life to book your free strategy call. You can tell us where you are, where you want to go. We'll give you free advice. And if it's a good fit, we'll tell you all the amazing results our clients are getting and all the details about Xponential. You join a coaching program. The main focus is, hey, I just want to crush it. I just want to live an excellent life, an exponential life. What we don't forget, but it's actually equally important, is I don't want you to just be equipped to win and to be victorious. I want to equip you to take the hits in a way that will bring you back into the arena. So you have the skills, the ability, and the confidence. I don't know how to deal with this. It is 50% of success. Is not being knocked down unnecessarily.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
empowered, you're equipped to overcome obstacles, and that is completely essential to being victorious in life.
I'm trying to incorporate how I want to live into the company and create unforgettable experiences for people who leave it saying, wow, I want to do business with that guy.